welcome to this entirely professional retro gaming stream, where you can see the inside of my attic, which is where I'm positioned. In order to do this amazing streaming. So yeah, so on the side you can see my keyboards, and on that side you can see my collection of junk, and behind me there's even more junk. So yes, it is yet to be tidied up, but there we go. So yes, I will try and get back to the black screen, so apologies for that. I will minimise myself quickly to the corner, so you haven't got to put up with this. So yes, the green screen software that I use, NVIDIA thing, which has normally been quite well behaved, has decided today to update itself after I started streaming and has mucked things up. So complete lack of professionalism this time around. I can at least blame on something other than me. So you're going to have to put up with me in the sort of strange sort of pseudo. Is there a ladder? No, there isn't a ladder. Actually, there's a flight of stairs which leads up here, which is quite good. It's quite small and quite kind of neat. So I'm thinking of decorating my flight of stairs in a sort of, because it's very steep and it's quite narrow. I'm thinking of decorating it in a sort of Star Trek the original series Jeffrey tube style. So maybe that's it. maybe that's what I'm going to do. Dear. Is it a spare room? This is, in fact, yes, indeed. It is indeed the spare room at the top of the stairs. So yes, I have a couple of MIDI keyboards, as you can see. One of which is a synth, and one of which is a proper keyboard. And there's various other bits of stuff around. There's a PlayStation 3 over there. There's another computer over here which does retro stuff. There's various other bits and pieces. There's a guitar down there and things. Look, there's my guitar. I don't think I've done this one live on stream. One of these days I shall give you a rendition of my guitar. If you've been extremely badly behaved, that will almost certainly prevent you ever watching the stream again. So yes, I haven't got posters. I need posters. I need some stuff. I need more decorative 80s retro bit stuff, but that will have to wait because I'm working on it bit by bit. Anyway, we are here, of course, to play to play. Well, I've now. So does that mean that every time you stream you have to climb a stairway table? That's exactly what I have to do. That's exactly what I do. Now we're supposed to be here to play Acorn Archimedes Elite, and we will get to that. But of course, we must do the thing, because the thing is the thing. And I haven't done it for a little while, and I've almost been distracted by the complete failure of modern software to do what it's told to even get that going. So let's get that done to start with. Right, who do we have first? It's Letty ___ with a very cheery howdy commanders. Good to do anything. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. John Imrie 1. Is there any sound? Well, there is sound, but the video is extremely dodgy. So as you can see, I do apologise once again for the for the issues. Right, Orkney Shorten is here. Good to see Orkney Shorten. Mark O. Sparks, this is good. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Solstice Project, singing along with the intro theme, no doubt, in the chat, which is good to see you as well. Mads Monksoft is here. Poised as ever on Wikipedia. So that's good. Just in case we need Sage Council, which is also good. Commander Tragic Blue 21 is here. Winter Mute GB is here, of course he is, presumably making sarcastic comments about my lack of preparation. Enigma-ish is around and still being Enigma-ish. Commander Dave Tinman is here. Commander Funny Asteroid. Funny Asteroid is here. It's never a good space game without a funny asteroid. Frank Miner 949 is here as well. Sleepy Wagon Man is here in the chat. Lumpsace is here, Ugly Spirit is here, the Gnord of Arg. Wondering what I'm going to do with that jar of wasps. Well, actually, I've got 9 jars of wasps. I'm wondering what I should do with that. That's going to be interesting. So yeah, technical difficulties are ongoing, so apologies for that. Was that the test card? Yes, I should have a little sort of squashy creature maybe standing in front of a blackboard or something for a test card. I'm in the chat getting very upset, but we're past that now. There we go. Who else do we have in the chat? Have a Boo Boo is here with 4 customary thumbs up. Good to see you. Andy P783 is here as well. Wondering why to see Drew on the bank holiday. Well, you see, technically in Scotland it's not a bank holiday. It's a bank holiday in England, but it's not up here in Scotland. So I've been working today. Well, kind of. I've actually been doing some writing today. I got past 80,000 words in my latest novel, which was good. So I made some progress there. That's good. Cyber Army is here as well. Good to see you. Biffboy81 is here. Who else do we have? I think that's most of it actually. Is there anybody else who I've missed? Ganor Varg, Granda, I can see you as well. The banks are on holiday in Scotland. So, yeah, there are a lot of bugs. Yeah. I mean, the wasps have kind of given way now. I think the wasps have passed their best, or they've just died because I haven't been catching so many. But, yeah, there's still a few. It's still flies. It seems to be flies now. Some of which I'm very nervous of because some of them are horse flies, and those are nasty. Those are nasty, bitey things. They are. How many of those 87,000 words were unprintable? Well, no, actually. It's good progress having been made on the novel. I'm hoping I'm getting into the home run now for my Mobilos novel, which is obviously well overdue because I've got other projects to get on with as well. More of those in due course, but I've got way too much to do and not enough time and all the usual excuses that you hear me come out with. So there we go. Right. Anyway, we are here to play the glory that is Acorn Archimedes Elite. There we go. Right. I think I'm booting up the Acorn Archimedes. Audio output capture. Which one of those do I need? I'm not sure if you can. It must be that one. Is it beeping? Let's move this to a place. Wait, let go of my mouse. There we go. Oh, I hate computers. Yeah, so Starship Simulator. I need to get. I need to catch up with where I am on that sort of stuff as well. So yes, there's some stuff I need to get done for that as well. So yes, I've got way too many projects on them. I'm gonna have to set myself up as either a spreadsheet or one of those funky new taskbar thingies. What's one? A board. There's what was it? Wordle? No, it's not Wordle. Anyway, it's a board where you drag things around and do stuff. So yeah, it's stuff like that I need to get on with. Right, so let's get this going. Kanban board, that's the one. There we go, it is working. Right, so I need to see. I've forgotten how to do this already. I've got what have I got to do? I was in the host file system, wasn't I? That's where I put stuff. There we go. That's it. I must admit, actually, I've been playing around with this Acorn Archimedes interface a bit more recently, and I'm kind of getting used to it now. It does sort of make sense in a funny sort of way. And I was playing around with the Archimedes, not the Archimedes, the Amiga one, and the Atari Gem desktop as well. And I think I think it stacks up quite well. So. Yeah, I mean it's a bit non-intuitive nowadays, but actually, yeah, you know, I'm kind of okay with it. It kind of works quite well. So I'm going to start up Elite Extension, which is done. Then I have to go into and load my save file. There we go. With a bit of luck, it's going to do its thing correctly. You never know, it might do right. There we go. We have Elite version 1.14 and I recognise and extend. Therefore, Squirrel should. Ta-da! Yeah, it worked. And we got our fluffy dice, and so on and so forth. Now, where were we? We had cheated, as you probably remember. We had. Use the save game editor to add ourselves a military laser, a rear mining laser, a large cargo bay, fuel scoops, an energy unit docking built with an ECM system, with the hope of trying to stay alive long enough to play the game. But even with what is a relatively comprehensive set of equipment already, I haven't managed to kill much yet, so we're still harmless. And the game seemed to conspire against me and kill me in all sorts of new and interesting ways that I hadn't encountered. So we've got 4,389 credits. So I still think I don't think I've mastered the milk run yet on this version of Elite. So I still think I need to do this. So we are now, and this is now an opportunity to make some decent money. So I think in DSA, what do we do in DSA? We're going back to leasties. So I think it's furs here, isn't it? So let's do furs. I've forgotten how to do this. Is it? Oh no, it's mouse button, isn't it? Is it mouse button? There are only 6 tons. That's kind of annoying. There's only 6 tons of furs available, so I think we're going to have to do. Let's do textiles with the rest of it. I'm not going to do anything illegal because we know what happens if you do illegal stuff in this version of Elite. So that's the cargo hold now full of stuff. Let's launch. No, let's set our hyperspace target to leasty. Let's buy some fuel just because I don't like travelling without a full fuel tank really. Oh, this UI is odd. Right, there we go. Launch. Off we go. So I don't know if we tried them. Did we try the military laser last week? I'm not sure we did really go for it. Anyway, let's hyperspace off. Okay. Oh, I've got to press caps lock. That's right. Otherwise the planet revolves in an insane... Oh, look how far away from the planet we are today. Decent money. Can't put the 3.5 billion earned from last week's CG together. Well, you see, it's inflation, you see, between the year of Elite and Elite Dangerous. I think the inflation in the world of Elite Dangerous is insane. I do like the, there you go. There's another example of the game just chucking little encounters at you. I don't know what they were, but they were in an awful hurry. They probably heard of me. Thought, get the hell out of there, quick! Right, off we go. So the aim really with this playthrough is to try to get some of the missions to trigger, I think, ultimately. Is that a bad guy? Ooh, he's coming in very fast. So I don't know if this game is maybe playing a little bit too quick. It does seem very, very fast. So I must admit, I'm going to just have a quick look. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I don't think you'll be able to see this. I'm going to have a quick look in the emulator and see if there's anything about speed in here. It doesn't say anything about speed. It just says so. I'm just as a choice of CPU. I don't know what MEMC. No, you can't see this, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's running too fast or not. Let's just try that. Does that? Oh, that's going to reset it. I don't want to do that at the moment. Okay. Well, okay, now I'll just carry on then. I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, that's basically the other thing is the lasers change colour now. So now we've got white lasers. This is the military laser. So I don't know. I mean, are there any people out there who actually had an Archimedes and had this version of Elite? Does it ring any bells in terms of the performance? Because it does feel fast. Just wondering if the emulator is a bit. Oh, there's the mining laser. Oh, the mining laser is green. Excellent. Just jumping out a whole bunch of. It's not like crazily fast. I mean, but it does feel like quite a lot. Here we go. Right. Docking computers on. So that was relatively straightforward. Yeah, so principally the Archimedes was fast. I had an Acorn Electron and others in my family had a BBC Micro, BBC Master, later several versions of the Archimedes, and it was blazing. So yeah, I mean, we've discussed at length on this stream a little bit before about how fast the Archimedes was compared to everything else. So maybe this game is just quick. I mean, it could well be. It's a curious mix of cleverness and oddness, this version of Elite, I have to say. I mean, the filled polygons are impressive for the era, you know. And as we saw, more impressive than the... Oh, hello. Why is somebody attacking me now? Have I... No, so why am I an offender? Why does it... What do I keep doing that offends people? I mean... in the game, that is. Someone's shooting the hell out of my ship. What? Why? Just Arthur's illegal. Because when we looked it up in the manual, they said they weren't. But clearly somebody took exception to that. See how quickly you die in this game, despite... So that's what makes me a little bit concerned that maybe it's running a bit fast. I'm going to take this opportunity to just have a little play with the... This game is still spectacularly brutal. So they were highlighted in red there, weren't they? Let's just make sure this is at 8 megahertz. I'm going to reset the computer for a moment. That's the only option I've really got. Just double check. Yeah, so I mean, I read the manual. But do you see how quickly, even with that was with not being hit by a missile, that was with the energy unit installed, we still got murdered to death. I mean, I know we didn't turn and fight there because we had the docking computer on. And I'm pretty sure all other versions, and this is another thing that's weird, I'm pretty sure that all other versions of Elite, if you're in system space, you're not allowed to be attacked. You know, that when the S is on, i.e. you're in the vicinity of the space station, it's like a no-fire zone, whereas this version of Elite doesn't seem to care. It says, no, we'll murder you anyway. So, yeah, it is... I don't know, it seems oddly brutal. So, you know, let's see if changing that makes any difference to the performance. Doesn't look like it has. It looks very similar. All right, here we go again. Right, so local leasty. So we think furs might be illegal. Okay, well in that case we'll just buy textiles because we'll do cheap. Is there anything? I mean, maybe liquor and wines is because I want something that's lucrative. Let's buy all the liquor and wines. Maybe that's illegal. Well, who knows? Okay, so state as a whole, basically saying that's all okay here. Let's launch. I think it's surprising that you could be attacked inside the safe zone of the space station. That strikes me as a bit, unless it was obviously the feds. Let's have a look at it when we get to Leasty then and see if there's any clues there. So we're still harmless at the moment. Okay, so that according to that is a legal cargo, so maybe we'll be alright now. So maybe we just need to be a bit careful. It still feels very, very far. I mean, the roll doesn't seem to be. It's just, I don't know, something about the speed of the game doesn't feel right to me. Gee, and this level of difficulty is insane. I mean, how many ships there? Oh, there were 6. At least the ECM works. Crate dead. That was quite good. Ow, do you mind? Adder's got 9 hit points. Wow, okay. Not anymore, hasn't it? Got him. Are these more baddies? That one just rammed me for no obviously good reason. Are these the police? Coming to rescue me and being too late? Looks like they were. Okay. Just let the shields recharge. Are their systems experiencing prohibition? Am I still harmless? Well, that's a good question. Have I actually graduated yet? Yeah, I'm still harmless. I feel like I've killed enough spaceships by now to have reached the ranks of mostly harmless, but apparently not. Apparently I'm still mass locked. Boom. Oh, there we go. Dum 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 bum bum bum. How long does it actually take to dock? Let's time it. Getting myself killed doesn't count. No, I suppose that's true. Yeah, so I've got to stay alive. So it should go back to the last save though, shouldn't it? Because it's obviously on the thing. So I can't be far away from mostly harmless. I suppose I wonder if on this version the number of kills is different. Does anybody know? Because on the BBC and the Spectrum and the Commodore 64, I think I'm right in saying it was 6,400 kills to get to Elite. I wonder if these later versions upped the number a bit. I don't know. That might be a thing as well. Bit of traffic around the spaceport there. Docking computer is thinking about it. It's now taken a minute. Oh, what's that? Was that a transporter? Please don't ram the other ship. It's not my fault, officer. It was the docking computer. I think we discovered that last week. So it takes a fair old time. It's 1 minute 15 now. Almost faster than I could probably dock. It's going to ram it, isn't it? Don't ram the other ship. Please don't ram the other ship. I'm going to have to switch it off. Let the other ship go in first. Stupid computer. There we go. The docking computer killed us. You see, this game just does not want you to play it. Remember, I switched the docking computer on, it went to full throttle and pulled up. And splashed itself across the system. Ah, dear. See, this, my friends, is why you don't play retro games, because they're just insanely brutal. Right, we're gonna do this. He says, hopefully, right. Liquor and wines is where we're at. Okay, 50 kills? 50 kills for mostly harmless? Jeez. Arc Elite does indeed have its own completely different kill requirements against Elite. See the label here. Okay, hang on a minute. 50? Well, that's insanely high. Why is it so big? Okay, so, wow. So normally it takes you 2 kills to get to mostly harmless. Instead on Arc Elite, it takes you 50, so it's 25 times harder at the early stages. Wow. Why is it so difficult? Wow, that is yeah, and there's a very deadly, yeah. Interesting enough, the top number isn't so high, so the old scale is sort of geometric. It starts very low and then obviously accelerates, whereas the Arc one is just brutal from the get-go. So we're not going to get to mostly harmless until I've killed 50 ships. Wow. Okay, well that's interesting. So don't expect that anytime soon. Yeah. So why is this game so hard? It just seems insanely brutal. On every single level. It's difficult to get started because the pirates just jump you. Even when you've got a half decent ship, it's still insanely difficult in safe systems. I mean, forget going into an anarchy system. yeah, we're still playing in milk run systems at the moment, despite the fact I've got a military laser and an energy unit and all the other stuff that you're supposed to have. It's just madly difficult. Yeah, I've just got to get good, have I? Maybe it's telling me to play Elite Dangerous. But you see, I've played it on the BBC and the Spectrum and the Commodore 64. None of those, I mean, they were hard, but they're not like, defyingly, insanely difficult, trying to really put you off ever playing the game again. This version is so hard. And dare I say it, I'm quite an experienced Elite combateer, so I should know what the heck I'm doing. And I am a year older now. Thank you very much for reminding me. Yes, it was my birthday last week, so I am a year older. Yes, well, the Spectrum was a kindergarten machine. Now that's fighting talk there, Mad Monksoft. Steady on, my friend. See, as digital design, oh snap, I saw Elite and thought Elite's dangerous, and then when I clicked I was like, oh, no, you meant the original one. Yeah, well, this is the last of the original Elites. This is the one, of course, for the Acorn Archimedes. A highly impressive, if rather unusual computer of this sort of early 90s, late 80s era. Yeah, the BBC is way more forgiving than this. Yeah, I've played BBC Elite through to about competent, I think. Spectrum version, I genuinely got to Elite playing it originally first off. I haven't played the Commodore 64 version for very long, but it's very, very similar to the BBC version, just rather slower. And we've come from playing Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters, which are certainly brutal games as well, I would say. Whereas this really raises the game to a much higher level of brutality. Not only does the game try and discourage you from playing by murdering you with pirates right from the get-go in safe systems, it murders you with a very, very aggressive docking computer that likes to murder other ships, and also likes to splash your guts across the front of the space station at whim. It's a very dangerous thing. So yeah, see, I like the old Spectrum docking computer where it just instantly docks you. Now, none of this mussing about actually trying to animate the sequence. So yeah, it's weird. Just that doesn't quite look right. We made it. Right, we've actually managed to do a run. Woohoo! Ah dear. Right, so. And this middle mouse button business is also really rather weird. Oh, I don't know if have we made a profit on those? Oh, we have. That's good. Yeah, we have made a profit. For a moment there. Right, we've got 30 tons of computer. Let's take those back. Yeah, we got the top 36 minutes. I know. This should allow us to make a bit of money. We're not going to do firearms or furs because they seem to be problematic. Right, so let's equip the ship with fuel. We'll go back to diesel. We'll just do this for a little bit. I want to build up a bit of cash before we go, and then we'll try some interesting stuff. Let's save because we know what this game is like. And then we've got to do this really weird way of saving files. Yeah, so Archie Elite was worthy of the title of Elite. But it's not Elite Dangerous. It's I would call this Elite Deadly. Okay, it's gone way beyond dangerous. This is Elite Hardcore Edition. But you know what this old version lacks? The ability to try and dodge the bazooka coming out of the mail slot. Well, we almost murdered a transporter. We valiantly sacrificed ourselves so it didn't have to die. Oh, well, I've got to stack the system. Can I do that? Apparently not. So. In Elite 2 you could do the Sol Barnard Star. Yes, that was quite good. Is there anything in the system data that lists illegal cargo for the system? Yeah, I was wondering that because it doesn't say anything particular. Nothing we're carrying is illegal here, so that's good. I still can't believe that rating system 50 kills to get to mostly harmony. I mean, that's quite a lot of progression before you get anywhere in this game. And Elite wasn't exactly a slow play game anyway, was it? Let me just turn that down. And why, this is another slight peculiarity here. You can be mass locked, but there's nothing on the scanner. I don't remember that from playing on the BBC or the Spectrum. Elite, what the hell? I think that's pretty much. Well, we'll have to go and have another look at Star Sisters as well. So that's on my list of things to stream again. I just, you know, this version of Elite is very famous, and I can see why. There is a lot of good stuff in it. But it's no. Oh. You've got to be so fast on this just to stay alive. And why so many pirates? We're going to die again, aren't we? It's just insanely brutal. I don't know how you can get anywhere on it. I mean, presumably people did. I'm glad I saved that. Let's try again. I mean, you don't get a chance to, you know, literally. I mean, we've got an extra energy unit and a military laser, which should be enough to take on most things in the game. And yet, in a safe system, you get jumped by 4 pirates, all of which the AI seems to be pretty darn good at keeping things on target, i.e. you. And boom. Right. I mean, you basically literally have to save every time you hit the dock. There's no way around that. You've got to do that. And that's with us cheating as well. I mean, this definitely takes the biscuit as the game which is the hardest to play that I think I've ever played. And it feels like it needs just needs a leveling update. I mean, maybe I'm old as well. I mean that's that's probably part of the problem. And my reactions aren't what they once were. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I reckon, if you put a Spectrum in front of me or a BBC, I could play through Elite on those relatively well. Whereas this version, I mean, maybe it's a lack of a joystick. Maybe it's optimised for joystick. Maybe it doesn't respond well to the keyboard. But I don't know. It feels like it needs dare I say, a balancing path. The AI of the baddies is just overwhelming, even in safe systems. I like the way that they've done it, that the police come and rescue after a certain point in time, but you're dead by that point. I mean, it makes it a very dangerous game, which I think is quite good. In Eridion, in Elite, you could avoid encounters just by flying out of the shipping. I mean, we could try that, but I don't think, because I think this is based on the same sort of core Elite coding, that it, I don't think that will work. I think it's just going to spawn things in front of you no matter which you goes. So, I mean, there's always a ship in the way, so I've got to abort the docking manoeuvre again. And that guy is literally just sitting there at really low speed, so I've got to... See, this is annoying. Why, if I've got docking clearance, why is there another ship in the way? Maybe it's gone again. Right, let's try it again. See that's dangerous. Do you see that? The docking computer just literally went... I managed to avoid it that time. The docking computer goes to full... I think it's a bug. No, because the docking computer has literally gone to full speed. Presumably to get me a certain distance away from the space station so it can reassess itself. but it doesn't take into the fact that the space station might be in front of you when it starts that manoeuvre. So that is definitely a bad bug in the docking computer logic. Yeah, see, look, it's gone to full speed to get me away from the space station so it can realign itself. Okay, that makes sense. But if you're happy to be pointing at the space station when you re-engage the docking computer, it doesn't pick up where it left off and just like it just goes to full speed to get itself a bit of distance, but it doesn't notice the space station is in front of you. It kills you. Lovely. They still have that same problem indeed. So maybe it's because AI has been banned in the elite universe that docking computers are so rubbish. There we go. Managed it. Ah dear. Right. So okay. So we're learning a few things. That's possibly useful. Right, let's sell the machinery. So the docking computer can only be trusted in certain circumstances. There we go. We've now got 5,000 credits. We are making a bit of money. We're not making money very fast, but we are making a bit of money. Right. We're now in Dezo again. There's liquor and wines. We've got plenty of liquor and wines today. That's good. Let's take that back in again. And the rest we can fill up with textiles. There we go. Right, let's save. Well, why are you playing this if it's that bad? Well, it's sheer morbid curiosity. That's what it is. No, I didn't mean to press that. It's because this version of Elite is at least it has been. I wonder if the people who say this about this version of Elite never actually played it. It's making me wonder. Everyone says it was a marvellous piece of technological programming, etc., 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 right? And it spawns in enemies, and the police go off and fight themselves, and da 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 da. But and that bit of it is technically very, very impressive compared to other elites that we know, right? But to actually play it, it's an exercise in absolute utter frustration. So far, anyway, because it just doesn't feel like it's been balanced. It doesn't feel like it feels like somebody took all the features of Elite, implemented them, added a few bells and whistles, of which many are very, very cool, but nobody actually play tested it properly. I mean, how does 50 kills to get to mostly harmless get past a playtest of any kind? I mean, why would you make a decision like that when all the other games up until this point have been like 2 kills to get you to mostly harmless? It's just weird. But all the elements are there. Maybe it was used at a tech demo at shows and nobody actually played. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear from some people who played this version of Elite back in the day, because it just seems ridiculously difficult for a game that I know what's going on. I know why I keep getting killed, but there doesn't seem to be anything I can do as a player about it. Just look. You jumped by. Oh, that wasn't a bunch of pirates, fortunately. But when the pirates do show up, they're just insane. I've just realised the fluffy dice aren't true dice. Are they the wrong way around? Oh yeah, no, actually no, the two, because all numbers and the dice are supposed to add up to 7 on opposite sides, aren't they? Isn't that how dice are organised? It's supposed to always add up to 7 on opposite side. Orkney Shaw. I get the feeling that a few of the Archimedes programmers ended up designing Elite Dangerous. Oh, this doesn't look good. Are these bad guys? They're not. Thomas taking me. What that was, it's dead. third lance. Gotcha. Adders seem to be remarkably strong in this game. 9 hit points is a lot. Ooh, I think he rammed me. Oh, get in that crosshairs, you. Yes! I think I just won a dogfight. Have I got fuel skip on board? I think I have, haven't I? But I don't think I want to pick up an escape pod because that turns into slaves, so that's not a good idea. That'll make me an offender as well. I use your streams as an excuse to have a beer. That sounds good to me. I presume I haven't killed enough. See, I'm still harmless, which is a bit insulting, really, I think. Even with that energy unit, those shields don't seem to be recharging very fast. I have got the energy unit, haven't I? Where's the technical list of... Ah! What's on there? Oh. Where's my inventory? I can't see it. Maybe when I'm flying. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. No, I've totally lost my mouse. What is going on tonight? I'm having massive technical failures all over the place. I've got that USB problem that you always have. I have totally lost my mouse pointer. Is it? Oh, there we go. Right, I've got my mouse pointer back. Thank you very much for that. Maybe the hat's not charged. Maybe that's the problem. Right, there we go. Do the docking thing. Well, that was actually quite good. I actually survived a dogfight for once. I can't remember if the Aerodance says the naval engine unit is in this version or the Amiga, or you get it as the mission reward. I don't know. See, look, this doesn't look good, does it? What is the docking computer doing? I think, whoa! I think this is the most insanely dangerous piece of technology that's ever been invented in the Elite universe. Is the docking computer? It's just like, what is it doing? It's right, dock with the space station without actually flying into it. Yeah, Arc Elite is the first one with the AI can battle itself. We have seen that a few times. It does look good. What is the the docking computer is now just flying in a loop. What it's trying to do. Just dock with a space station, will you? I'm going to make it easy for it. I think the docking computer is possessed. Like that, we're miles away from the space station. The space station is over there. Right, go. Right, okay. I'm sorry, Drew. You can't do this. Yeah, it seems that a docking computer has a few bugs. If it's not in a place where it can solve the problem of how to get in line for docking, it just freaks out and goes to full throttle. It's because the station is well, Andy P, all stations in the original Elite faced the planet for reasons of performance, so that the computer didn't have to draw the docking slit and the planet at the same time. At least that was the reason on the BBC. So the docking computer should know that. One would have thought. It's not a very good docking computer, is it? It doesn't look very stable going in there at all, does it? Anyway, we've survived another run. Right, here we go. Right, let's sell these lot. How much lovely money have we made? We are actually getting somewhere very slowly, I would admit. But right, we're in lease these. Let's buy computers. Have we got enough for a full hold? Not that we can buy a full hold yet, because there's never enough for sale. Right, we'll save it again because we know what this game is like. Right. So, yeah. So, fortunately, the Elite editor, the save game thing, does allow us, I think, to trigger the missions. So I think let's do another trade run. Then let's do some experimentation, okay? Because I think it's about time we try to run into an anarchy system. In a bit, just to see how bad it is by comparison. I predict death, okay, in fairly short order, but it's got to be tried, right? So let's go to Dezo. We'll sell our computers. We'll save the game, obviously, and then we're going to go into Ridquat, because Ridquat is a special hive of scum and villainy. Right, here we go. So there's some other ships doing their own thing, which is nice. I like that part of the game. See, the interesting thing about the difficulty in this is that the ships dodge. The ships seem to have much stronger weapons than they did in previous versions of Elite, but much less shields. So, given that the military laser here takes off 3 hit points per ship, and some of the ships have only got like 4 or 6 or even 9 hit points in the game. Oof, see, it's just transported me right in the middle of a fair. How did that? I mean, that's just. That is just insanely mad. See, look, like 2 hits and it's dead. Okay, is that a member? Okay, member number 5, member number 2. Oh, look, there we go. The police came to my rescue. That was nice of them. Thanks, guys. I do like the way that works. The fact that you get a moment, if you can survive long enough. So maybe that's the trick, is just. Oh, somebody's still shooting at me. Who's still shooting at me? There's one thing you get used to on Elite Dangerous, which is they killed him. There you go. So the police are nice here. You'd never see that in any other version of Elite, that the police would come and actually do something. The police were only ever hostile to you. So that is quite nice. And the sun effect, yeah, that was. I mean, obviously not colour on the BBC, but that flickery sun effect was nice. That was on the BBC, a bit in white, obviously. Survival counts. So yeah, maybe the tactic is actually just to try and avoid being hit. Have I seen the police in Elite? Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, they're pretty vicious. But yeah, the baddie ships, the pirate ships, seem to have far less hit points. Because I mean, when I was playing on the Spectrum, if you came up against a Python, you'd have to hit it 20, 30 times to kill it. So it'd be a proper dogfight between 2 ships. Whereas these are almost arcade baddies. You hit them a handful of times and they're dead. So that it feels less of a battle and more of an arcade game. Yeah, I've noticed that, Bitstorm. The station seems to have HP as well, so we ought to try and See if we can kill the space station. The problem is that somebody could work this out, at 25,000 hit points, and every hit of a military laser is 3 hit points off. It's going to take a long, long time to destroy a space station. And of course it will be launching Vipers at you. We could do a test, I suppose, and hide behind the space station and maybe try it. So yeah, 8,000 plus hits. There we go. Aerodeon says 8,700 shots. That's a lot of shots. Theoretically, I suppose it's possible, but you'd have to also be dealing with the Vipers that came out, which would probably be rather difficult, I imagine. So yeah, this oddly enough, considering Elite is more of a sort of simulation-y strategy type game, it feels more almost more arcadey. This one, it's more of a Twitch game than most Elites are, which is odd. That's why I think I feel a bit at sea with it, because it's not playing how I expect Elite to play. It's slightly it's a slightly twitchy game where Elite never has been twitchy. So there we go. We've now made 6,000 credits. So that's not bad, right? So let's save it there. That's enough money to be getting on with, isn't it? We've doubled our money this evening, so that's something. I can't get used to this user interface, but anyway, there we go. Right, let's go to Ridquat and see how bad things are in Ridquat, just because. So Ridquat, at least it was in the BBC version and the Spectrum version. Let's have a look. Data should be a poor agricultural anarchy. Yes, a tree-dwelling squirrel-like race. Excellent, a squirrel-like race with hyper-evolved sense of humour. For amusement, they push each other out of trees, film it, and sit around watching it, laughing hysterically for weeks. So actually, very, very. Very like social media on Earth in the 21st century. Right, so yes, I suppose we should take a bunch of narcotics on YouTube. Yeah. Let's because why not? Why wouldn't you take a whole bunch of narcotics? Let's take 2 tons of narcotics and see if we can get to Ridquat. Let's see how bad it is. How bad could it be? Here we are in the Ridquat system. All seems okay. So Ridquat is a nice green planet. Off we go, engaging tourist drive. Okay, so we've been instantly jumped by some pirates, unsurprisingly. But they're still not exactly tough ships. Not that I can hit them, but oh, I've heated my laser. That was nice. Okay, gotcha. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, not going so well. It's the number of lasers they seem to be able to fire at you. One bites the dust. 2 left. Have I survived my first altercation with pirates in the Ridquat system? Boom! Yes. Let's try and see if we can do a bit of fuel scooping. Not fuel scooping, cargo scooping. Here are some elite level. Oh, we've got some liquor. Nice. What's that one over there? Oh, another pirate. Of course, everything in the system literally is going to be pirates, isn't it? Oh, this guy fancies his luck. Get him while he's down, kind of thing. See what I mean by it? You only have to hit it twice, which is obviously a challenge for me anyway. But oh, missed it. Oh, got computers. No, we're getting rich. This won't last. No, you're probably right. We're a long, long way from the planet. Is that another pirate? Is he coming round? He seems to be ignoring me. Right. Not bad going so far. Right, my shields are up. Mass lock still. I could jump out and say, well, yeah. Here they come again. Right. I'm assuming everybody in the system is hostile. And just blow them up on sight. I wonder if this is easier on the joystick because it's maddeningly difficult on the keys. Boom, I've got 10 credits for him. That'll do me. There's the other one. Oh, that's just a canister. Okay, let's bring that up as well. Food. Nice. This guy must be a pirate. I hope I didn't lose. Oh, I've got narcotics. Oh no, I'm still harmless. Whatever it is, it's fast. I've got a hoping hell of catching whatever that is. I'm quite impressed that we're still alive, actually. Oh, okay. More pirates, presumably. They call this a target-rich environment. So they do try and ram at you, don't they? This is a bunch of adders. This isn't good. Look at them all swirling around like swirly things. No, there's too many of them. Boom. Okay, that was hard work. Yeah, it's just boom. Yeah, they do it up. Okay, so that was that. I used all my energy and self-killed myself. Ouch. Yeah, I suppose that's another way of dying, isn't it? I was expecting. I'm quite surprised that we still are. Okay, well that was the system. Is there a way? Because most versions of Elite have a way to jump into witch space and get zapped by the Thargoids as well. I'd quite like to know if there is a way of doing that on the Archimedes version. Does anybody Google that? Because we need, this is for science now. suppose we could. While we're doing that, if anybody can look that up, let's do the attack the space station thing, because let's see how plausible it is to kill the space station. Yeah, I'll do that while somebody else is looking for it. Yeah, or a god mode. That might be fun. Is there such a thing? Let's attack the space station from the other side, because I mean, why wouldn't you? Still not the back side of the space station, but hey, there we are. There's the back side of the space station. In the Elite version of Acorn Archimedes, to jump into which space, players use a specific force which space mode. This can be triggered by pausing the game, pausing during hyperspace, and then pressing a certain key, repeatedly the F key before unpausing. This toggles mode where every hyperspace jump force entry to which space. Okay. So we'll try that in a moment. Right, so we're behind the space station. Let's zap it. So yeah, the hit point counter is definitely going down. And I can't do much before obviously my laser overheats. Something's firing missiles at me. It takes a long time for you. So the problem is you just get shot at by the fuzz. So practically, whilst it is definitely counting down, which I can assume is only, you can't fire missiles at the space station because I'll show you why. Your missiles instantly get ECM'd. Oh, that one actually hit. Boom. That didn't work. Okay, well, for science then. Right, so how do we pause? Is there a pause button? What's pause on the Acorn? Is it P? P doesn't seem to. So we've got to find the pause button first. P is the obvious one, but it's not that. Well, that's actually P does something else. P looks like it's got. Look at that. It's changing the layout of that. Oh, that might be actually useful. Like it's changing the resolution of the scanner. Right. So, as this project says, typically break as the key for. Well, what's the break key going to be? Shift something. How would we hit the break key? Because there isn't a break key on the PC keyboard, obviously. Escape, maybe? No. Shift what? Shift spacebar? No, that doesn't work. Left shift spacebar? No, that doesn't work either. Pause break on PC, maybe? Good guess, but no dice. Check the key bindings. Well, yeah. Nothing seems to be stopping anything. Oh, that was the hotkey for screen grabbing. Escape key. No, that doesn't work. I'm pressing all the function buttons now. Oh, hang on. I may have just paused the game. I may have just crashed the game. I don't know. Is it broken? No, sir. I've just been jabbing it to it. I think I might have crashed the game there. Let me restart the machine. The TSB key? Where's that? I wouldn't bank on it. Very good. Very good. Somebody is on form tonight. Commander Thomasov. Very good. Have I tried the any key? I have tried the any key. So we're looking for the pause key. I wonder if I need to do something in the emulator to... So hang on. None of the function keys... Oh, F12 took me in. Oh, F12 takes me out. F12 takes me out to the desktop if I'm not in it. So that's that. That's what done. The last key on the top row. So that's, yeah, that's escape. But that doesn't seem to do anything. Let's just launch the ship so we know the game is still moving. There. I keep forgetting those inertia dampeners don't work by default. On the other side, so what would that be? I've got pause break, but it doesn't do anything. Shift pause break. Oh, okay. Shift pause break does a reset. Now I've got a print screen key. Oh, that's interesting. It's sort of done a sort of soft reboot, hasn't it? It seems to have changed the graphics mode as well. Those fonts look different now. That's a bit weird. So what did that do? Yeah, that's a soft reset. Okay, so that was me pressing Shift Pause Break, did a soft reset of the system. Doesn't matter. Tab. Our NDP says he's just realised what he typed. Okay, so right, so that's still working. Okay. Right, okay. So we're not going to press that. What about Shift Print Screen? No. Shift Scroll Lock? No. Shift Escape? No. Let me go and have a look. I need to go and have a look online, I think. Let's see if we can figure out. It would be nice to see the Thargoids. How to press break in... What's my name of my emulator called here? Arculator. So it's control break. But how do you generate a control break? Control Shift Escape. No, that pops up Task Manager on my PC. Oh, now my mouse has disappeared again. Shift Escape, Control Escape. No. No, so that my PC's intercepting those. There must be a way to do this. Most emulators have a way to send the keyboard input into the emulator, but it doesn't seem to be a way of doing that. Yeah, Eridian in the original Elite, I think that's what you did on the Spectrum version. Oh, we can try that. Might work. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's crashed. It's crashed again. I don't think it likes this mucky about that. I'm going to try a proper reset of it this time because I think it doesn't like being soft reset either. Yeah, the P is range on the radar. Yeah, that was quite a nice little thing that we noticed there. But we haven't been able to generate a pause. Let's try that again. Okay, there's squirrel. Let's see if that will work. We'll just launch from the space station. We'll fly to, it doesn't really matter where we go, does it? Let's see if we do that trick. Get away from the planet a little bit. Right, I'm going to go hyperspace and I'm going to pull up full climb. Try and misjump it. No, it doesn't work. That just took it straight to Lave. Let's, okay. See? I wonder if there's a way of mapping key bindings. Try hitting F during a jump without pause. Okay, try that. Okay, I'm going to have to reset the game because we can't jump back because we're out of fuel. Yay! Right, anyway. Sorry about this. I wonder if I mean, it could, maybe there's a setting inside the cheat function to switch on Thargoids. I don't know. Battling old computer games, trying to get them to do what you want. What's the other thing I've discovered about this is you can't, unlike on Windows, you can't resize the window by using your left mouse button. You can resize it that way, but if you want to actually resize it properly, you have to use the right mouse button. Who thought that was a good idea? Most peculiar. Try pressing the button that initiates the jump as you jump. Well, let's try Frank's one. We'll try F during the jump. See if that works, and then we'll press J, which is jump. Surprising enough, as well. Galaxy equip. Right, let's go to Leasty. We'll try F. What does F? Does F do anything normally? No, it doesn't. So let's jump. No, H5 space. Right. I'm pressing F. Lots of F's being pressed. No, that didn't do anything. Let's try jumping back and pressing H lots of times. Neither of those did anything. Alas. So there doesn't seem to be an easy way to trigger the Thargoids, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, well, while we work on that, maybe I'll do a little bit of work on that over time. Let's close that down. Let's go back into the save game editor and see if we can trigger a mission. Well, let's have a look, see if there's anything else in there that might be interesting in terms of things to do with the game. Now I don't know anything about the missions in this version of Elite either. I know there's 4 of them, and they all seem to be quite unusual things. So I don't know if they bear any resemblance to the original BBC versions or not. There is a manual there, but I don't think it tells us anything useful. Actually, I didn't want to do that. Sorry, just loaded the game. I didn't mean to do that. Floppy disk drive sounds. Right, let's actually quit that. Let's go into the save game editor, and then we have to drop Squirrel onto the save game editor. I think there we go. Right, so there's our cache, there's our kills. We've done 11 kills out of 50. Let us go to the Windows. No. Trade missions. So we've got Genesis Pod, Zartid 3, Zurid, Pino and Medicine as missions. Okay, so the first mission triggers in Galaxy 1 at 550 kills and 1,200 quid. So we could do it that way. Let's try doing it that way. So let's change our kills to 549, shall we? Then the next one should trigger it. So let's try that. Because there is no way I'm ever going to survive in this game long enough to generate 550 kills. That's just it. So did I can't believe really that many players ever experienced these missions. I mean, unless because the save game editor would obviously have made it a bit moot. Because you could play with anything you want. I wonder if it was the only way to experience the game. Because I mean, 550 kills in this game. I mean, I suppose you could eventually get there, but it would literally take you hours and hours and hours. Right, so 550 kills. Oh, there we go. Hello. Looks like we've triggered the mission at 549 messages. Commander, good beings are seldom found in space. TS Comdirect lists you as one of this rare breed. We have need of your altruism in a very serious matter. Please proceed with haste to Galfam headquarters at Razar Centauri for a briefing. Razar Centauri, okay, so where's that? Oh, Centauri's the name of the galaxy, isn't it? Right, okay, so how do we find the Razar system? See, on the Spectrum version there was a search. Oh, there we are. Oh Jesus, it's over there. Yeah, 550 kills in the name of altruism. Good point. Right, so what rank does that actually put us at? That puts us at poor. Okay. Okay, so we want to go to Razar. So we got to get over there first, I suppose. Okay, so we'll try this. This is cheating the missions, obviously, but let's do that thing. So we've got to get over to Razar. So let's go to Riot. How bad is Riot? So the problem is just surviving the trip. Agricultural dictatorship, but we haven't got any cargo, so maybe they'll leave us alone. He said, hopefully. Eridan Dundragon, good evening to see you. Now actually one thing we haven't done is we haven't tried refueling at the sun, have we? So we could do that in an attempt to circumvent the where is the sun? There it is there. To circumvent needing to dock at a space station. Yes, yeah. Let's see how well that works. I was just about holding my own against the pirates, but not very well. that's rock miners. So that's quite cool. They're like little program snippets of activity, aren't they, that spawn in. It's quite cleverly done. So let's head for the sun. Oh, come on, I've forgotten how annoying the mass lock is. It's going to take us a while to get across the board. Yes, this is. Especially when the ship is not visible on the scanner. So that P thing might be useful in combat. So it looks like, without any cargo, the bat... Oh no, they've decided to attack me anyway. That's why I suppose they wouldn't necessarily know I didn't have any cargo on board. Let's switch to... Oh yeah, that is a useful... Okay, that does actually help. Because now you can track the baddies. A little bit more effectively. Oh, you have to be really precise with the hitting as well. Good shooting, Commander. Presuming that meant I've just gone up in a rank or something. These adders are actually some of the toughest ships in the game thus far. They've got a lot of hit points. 9. You only get 2 credits for them. Seems ridiculous, really. That's a gecko. One out. The other problem we've got is the compass never shows you where the sun is, so given that we're quite close to the planet, it's probably going to be quicker to jump in there, isn't it? I think there might be bad guys as well. Oh no, they're running away. Oh yeah, we're close to the planet. So it's going to take us quite a while to get to Razir at this rate, but at least we're trying to get the mission. The pacing on these old games is funny, isn't it? I'm probably being more sympathetic to the Spectrum version here because I'm more used to how it works. I'm more confident in my ability to stop dying. But anyway, let's see if we can get across to the Razar system. We're at the tender mercies of the docking computer once again. Our ship attempting to dock. This is bad news, we might just have to ram it. Oh, I've just thought of I've just thought of another cheat that we might be able to do, because if we lock the hyperspace system onto Razir, we might be able to cheese it. To go there in the save game editor, so I might try that at the moment. Docking can be computed without the music. Yeah, I know, it's surprising that this doesn't have the music actually. There we go, that one actually docked. That doesn't look like a very good docking to me. What are you doing? Oh, you just got away with it. Right, so hang on a minute. So let us go to the flawless here. Where was Razar? So we press here, Razar. Oh, that's not how you. Razar there. Right. So if we click on this one, which is Maxedio or whatever, I'm pretty sure if we go to status that we'll have hyperspace system is that one. So we should, I think, be able to cheese the game. If I do a save there and then quit this. So this is the fun about these the games, is it's basically what you get away with. Let's open that up. Let's go to here. This is my plan. Okay, let's go to the window. Let's go to general. Yeah, look, hyperspace system. I can change it. So if I change that to 249, then I can move around the map without having any issue. Which I know is cheating, but hey, we've already been cheating quite a lot. So what's one more cheat, right? This isn't really cheating anymore. It's full on cheating. It is. Yeah, it is. I have no defence, my lad. Guilty as charged. But to me, in my defence, it's the only way to actually enjoy playing the game. Especially at my age. Right, this should have miraculously transported us now. Here we could type 666. I wonder what happens if you type in a random number that doesn't work. Right, so we should be now next door to the system that we want to go to. We are! Huzzah! Right, now we need to go to the Razar system, which is an agricultural dictatorship of green insects, and the world Razar is home to Galfam. Right, so presumably we have to go to the space station. Oh, did I not have enough fuel? Oh no, I didn't. Oops. That was mighty stupid of me. Let's try our docking. Manual docking. What could possibly go wrong? Right, there we go. Equip, buy some fuel. There we go. Launch. It's turning out to be as good as First Encounters. Yeah, it's damn shame Canada never saw the Acorn Archimedes. Well, you might say that. This we've decided. Well, I have decided. On behalf of everybody in the stream, that this is both the most technically impressive version of Elite and also the most stupendously difficult and off-putting version of Elite at the same time. It's just mean and vicious and horrible to play. It doesn't want you to play it. It would really rather you went off and did something far more productive with your time. Right, so I presume we now have to go to the space station in this planetary system. That's my guess. Not being killed by the pirates on the way. The stupendously vicious pirates that also crash into you. Oh Jesus! Look at the amount of damage they do to my I don't like this version of the. I'm just like, sorry guys, I just do not like this version of the. It's just too darn difficult. It's insanely difficult. Just by virtue of having an Archimedes, you've shown impressive determination. Oh, I didn't have enough fuel. Just bit. No, I'm going to soldier on for a bit longer. Where's the space station gone? I want to do at least a mission. This is my objective. Right, I'm not going to be able to dock this, so I'm going to crash and die again. Move on to the next game. No, that's a defeatist attitude. Boom. Right. Alright, okay, so I need to rage quit. This is probably not far away, that's probably fair. I need to buy some fuel. Don't forget to buy the fuel. I want to, let's get this mission done. All we need to do is get to the space station. That's literally it. That's all we need to do. You wouldn't think it would be that difficult, right? So, given the amount of hype there is on the internet about this version of Elite, I'm guessing that nobody ever played it. It's technically extremely impressive, but actually as a game, it's absolute junk. Which is really sad because it's got so many excellent ingredients, but it's not a good game. Right, there we go. We're here. Can the docking computer actually dock us? Can you use the cheat to reach the fabled inaccessible systems? I don't know. That's a good point. Drew didn't get to be the Celestial Warrior by giving up. No, he got to be the Celestial Warrior by cheating. So when you rotate, the moon stops. Well, it looks like the rotation of the ship is about the same as the moon, isn't it? So I suppose effectively it does. I bet you wish the power outage had continued now. It's not good for your calmness, this game, is it? Let's be fair. It's a shame because there's so many good bits in it, but as a whole it does not hang together. It's just too darn difficult. It's just like nobody play tested it at all. Everybody kind of looked at it and thought, yeah, that must be great. It must be, look at all the things it could do. It must be fab. And yet, I don't think anybody played it for more than about 10-15 minutes and went, wow, yeah, awesome version of Elite, excellent, tick, next. And that was about it. I wonder how much this was, because I'm just trying to recall how much Elite was. The Spectrum version of Elite, I've got a feeling was £14.95 back in '85. So I'm just wondering how much this version of Elite actually cost. All the playtesters had the reactions of cats. Maybe that's what it was. I wonder how much this game was when it came out on the Archimedes. BBC Disc version was £18. Okay. Right, okay, so we've triggered the mission. Right, thank you for your time, Commander. The planet Zaon is starving and may die out altogether if commanders such as yourself do not help. As you are aware, Ordema pioneered and sell the Genesis capsule. Zine needs just one more. Each capsule must land on the planet where it will explode, scattering its protomatter. Please proceed to the Ordema where the Grogans will give you the capsule. It takes up little room in your hold. Every moment wasted allows another child to die. Please hurry, Gelfam. Okay. Let them die, it will save time. Let them die. They're dying, let them die. He's made an excellent Star Trek character with Dimitri. It does sound very Wrath of Khan, doesn't it? Right, so we've got to go to the what? What do you do if you can't remember the mission? Where have I got to go? The Ordema system. Don't tell me that's on the other side of the galaxy again. Oh, no, it's not actually that far away. Okay, it's a couple of hyperspace jumps away. Alright, so we can probably manage that ourselves, except we it can't go that way because reasons. Okay, so let's save the game. Oh. Let's see if we can figure out how to get there. It's the Genesis project. It is, isn't it? It's exactly the Genesis project, kind of, but with other stuff. Right, hang on. So how do we get across there? That's the Zades. Maybe that's close enough to get there. So let's go to Zades. What's Zades like? Multi-government, so it's not super safe, but not super bad. Okay. Oh, really? If I don't, again, not come out with any fuel. Probably for me. Drew attempts hyperspace transit with no fuel. Oh well. Drew still got dock. Right, let's buy some fuel. There we go. Oh, we need to go to Zades. No, Top Shot just goes hedges his hands, despairing at Drew's utter incompetence in playing this most early. Right, here we go. Off to Zades we go. We haven't tried fuel scooping. We must try fuel scooping. Let's try fuel scooping on the way to Ordima. Whatever was it, Ordima? Is Ordima in range now? That's the next question. How do we get the local chart? There it is. Ordima's there. It's 8.1 light years away from here. So how the hell do we get there? None of these planets are going to be in range. Is that a sort of dead zone in the galaxy? Well, there's no way to. There's no way to actually get there. Do we have to cheat again? because space reasons. Let's quit the game. We'll quit a good one. This is a heavy cheese now. Right, hang on a minute. I need to get the coordinates of the target system. Yeah, this is like a fleet carrier. It's moving me around. That's definitely what's going on. Right. Okay, so we are pointing at Ordima, which is where we want to go to. Okay, so let's go to the desktop. Quit the game. Open up the editor. This is how you do missions. Okay, this is definitely it. Loading that. Open the general window. Switch that to 236. I wonder how the numbers work. Is that binary or hex or something? Now the problem is it going to recognise that we're in the right place or not? Oh. Any more way to find out? Hello, Zades. Right, okay. We're in the right system. Ah, there we go. Right, thank you for my message. So we can actually run the missions by cheating the game. Commander, the capsule payment from Galfam was insufficient. To make up the shortfall, we have deducted 150 credits from your credits. I'm sure Galfam will recompensate you. I think they probably won't, actually. Capsules should be jettisoned directly to planets from a low altitude to prevent atmospheric burn-up. Hurry, our sources indicate that Xene is browning. Okay, so where's the Xene system? There's always any way of getting that message back. So you've got to remember it, basically. If you don't... Oh, look, we've got a Genesis capsule. So... Okay, so where do we go? What was it? The Xene? What was the place called? See, I've forgotten. What was it called? How am I supposed to memorize all that stuff? No, Ildima's where we went. Is it Xeon? No. What's the planet called? So I can't recall the mission. I think even on the Spectrum you could recall the mission. There was a key for it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, unless that's it there. Is that it there? No, that's NT. Xian? Oh, even the reverse. No. I don't remember what it was. It was Jenny. Nobody else was paying attention. You see? You see? You're letting me down here, chaps. You're letting me down. Rexler. No, Planet Not Found. Xian. Oh, with 2 A's. Right, that's surprisingly enough. That's over there. So, how do you get there from here? That Gizzy Gitter looks like the closest location. So, okay, I'm gonna cheese the game again. Sorry about this. This is total cheating, in fact. Right. We're gonna magically teleport ourselves over there now. Well done, Ganordavarg. You've done good. So we're going to cheat once more. Well, for this evening anyway. It's a really bad game of Hangman. It is. We're going to open that one. We're going to. Oh, the number's gone down now. That's interesting. Can't I give myself more than that amount of fuel? I don't think that's probably a good idea. That probably will break the game if we do that. Let's save that. That should put us in the system next door. So this user interface is just weird. You have to go over there to do stuff. Right, load scroll again. We have lost all the world to live. It's so entertaining watching the stream. Chad, is he cheating again? Would you believe I am? Right, we should still have the thing in the hold. Yes. Right, we should be close to the Xian system. We are! Right, now we've got to fly over there and fire a missile? How do we fire it? It doesn't tell us how to fire it either. So how do we do that? This will still be the most watched Arc Elite stream on Twitch. It will be. It definitely will be. Right. Okay, we're in the system. Right, we're here to save the planet. So don't attack us. Right. Okay. So the planet is indeed browning. How do we fire this thing? Does anyone know? Genesis capsule or Dema biotech. Well, that's good. So how do we fire it? Because it's not. I thought it might replace a missile rack. Oh, now you pirates are trying to kill us. You'd have thought they'd be told that we're here to save your people. Maybe they don't care. Does it auto fire maybe? Well, first we've got to get to the planet, obviously. Having the scale on the scanner is quite a nice little touch, actually. I do quite like that. Dell jettisons the cargo. Oh, so we need to sort of do that when we get close. But how close is close? It said you don't want it to burn up. So we've got to do it at point blank range or something? I don't know. Next week we're going to be playing a game of banging our heads against the wall. Oh, that sounds like fun. I like the sound of that. Oh, we've got Sidewinder. Don't think we had a fight with the Sidewinder yet. Sidewinder's got 7, so why is a Sidewinder stronger than a crate? Really weird choices in this game. Really, really weird. I'm sure that hitbox isn't accurate either. The adder, isn't it? The adders seem to have lots of missiles, which is annoying. Right, got it. Right, we're still miles away from the planet, but hey. I really... Oh, it's please. Thank goodness for that. Dell jettisons cargo, I think. Okay. Come on, let's get to the planet. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right. Okay, we're now... Presume we've got to fly down until the altitude meter starts coming on, and then what do we do? Okay, so we've got the thing in the cargo bay. That's all good. The wiki suggests saving before. Okay, so maybe we should go to the space station then, assuming the docking computer won't kill us. Okay, we'll do that. I'm determined to do a mission on this game. Keeping a close eye on this docking computer. Okay, I'm doing it right. Good. Right. Yep. That does not look like a healthy docking to me. What's it doing? Feeling nervous. That's not a good docking. Oh, it's all creeping across. Come on. What's it doing? What's it doing? If we die, I'm going to be very annoyed. I'm not sure we deserve that docking. Right. Okay, we'll save that. Save. You're using the docking computer? You're braver than I thought, yes. Right, we've saved it. Right, so we just presumably launch back out and then head down towards the planet, right? So, any clues on... Oh, there's the altitude meter going down, so how low is low? Because if we go down to the bottom, we'll die, obviously. So I would guess somewhere around about here. It feels like it's about right. So what do we think, Dill? Oh, there goes. Ooh. Yeah, now I've got to pull up. Excitement. Okay, well, it's disappeared off the edge of the scanner. Here's the space station. It's gone. Did it work? Let's go back to the space station and see if anything happens. There was no like you've succeeded or failed there. It's away. Yeah, I know. Where's the? It's not quite at the level of the least satisfying explosion ever in a space game, is it? But it's not far off. It was a sort of small tumbling. So did that succeed or didn't it succeed? Probably need to be low. We couldn't go much lower. Ah! Donk. It's a miss. Just impacted on the surface. Right, is it? No, it worked. Oh. Commander, we appreciate your attempt to help. Unfortunately, the capsule was jettisoned too high and all the protomatter burned up before landing. So we failed. Okay, so at least we know how the feedback mechanism works. So let's try that again then, shall we? Second time's a charm or third time's a charm? I'm glad you told me to save the game there, whoever that was. So we got to be even lower. How low is low though? Because we were like within millimetres of the surface, so it seemed. Anyway, we'll try again. Within a hair's breadth of the lowest possible. So it's chucking down about 3 or 4 pixels at a time. So what you've really got to scoop down to the atmosphere. Right, let's just wait for it to go down to the next segment. There. That's got to be it. Let's pull up. We can't get any lower than that, surely. We sure these buggers really worth saving. That's what we could do. We can't get any lower than that, surely. I'll try one more time if this doesn't work. Because I don't think we can practically get any lower. At least not still having some altitude on. Let's see what happens this time. We're still owed 150 credits by Galfam, aren't we? That's a bit mean. That's just, why would you do that? I mean, that's just a nasty piece of gameplay, isn't it? We'll just take 150 credits off you because reasons. Right, let's see what the mission says this time. I don't know how forgiving that altitude meter is on most versions of Elite. We did it! Commander, we can't thank you enough. The execution of that mission was without fault. Woohoo! Zine is a poor planet, obviously, and can only offer you 500 credits for your efforts. Your charitable actions will be a source of inspiration for future commanders. So you get an attaboy. Well, at least you made a profit, I suppose. 350 credits. Now that's from the president of Xi'an. Excellent. Ah, dear. The Celestial Warrior strikes again. That's a good way to end the stream, isn't it, GG? Yes, thank you very much. I present for you your delectation and delight. The first mission in Archimedes Elite, especially after suffering it. I think what we'll do, my friends. I think we're getting the hang of Archimedes Elite now. In fact, we're getting to the point where we will hang Archimedes Elite. Next week, watching Paint Dry Follow Mother. I think what we'll do is next week. Let's Celestial Hacker strikes again. Let's try and just do the other missions, and then that we'll call it a day at that point. I think. Don't think I'm going to rise to the heady heights of Elite or the Acorn Archimedes version of it. But I'm curious to see the missions. I am curious to see the missions because they're sometimes amusing. So we'll try just the mission. We will cheese hard at the missions in order to break them, and then after that we'll do something else. Because just out of sheer morbid curiosity for the missions, that's all. Could we, which says, can we just read the wiki entry instead? No. We can't do that. We must complete it. We must complete it. And the missions are the end game content for these things, aren't they? We must just do it. I don't think the game, interesting enough, I don't think the game has any other surprises really left for us. Which is interesting considering how much potential it did have. So I must profess. I mean, the missions must be done. I feel to give the game its maximum airtime. But we're not going to come back this way again, are we? Let's be honest. So it's a shame actually because there's so much potential here, and yet they really made a mess of the gameplay, considering it's Elite. But anyway, there we go. So my short-term review of Acorn Archimedes Elite is a fantastic tech demo, but not the strongest gameplay we've ever seen. So yeah, we'll do one more week of it. One more week, all right, and then we'll stop. We'll go and do something else. So just actually, I did have a suggestion. Let me just have a look. Because I think it's in my studio. Now there is a game which technically isn't a retro game actually, and this is obviously a very flexible stream because basically I decide what we're going to play, and those be the rules. If I decide it's the game we're going to play, the game we're going to... Now I do have a game that was very kindly gifted to me some time ago in my stream library, and I've been very remiss at having not played it at all. Which is where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. So I know very little about this game, but it was gifted to me as a freebie to play on the stream. So I think it's only fair that we give that some airtime. So I know nothing about it at all. So after we've dispatched Acorn Archimedes Elite next week, we're going to give that one a little blast and have a little play around with that. It can't be any worse than this, as we do it. No, I don't think. Elite Dangerous. I don't think I can be around this Wednesday, I'm afraid. We've got some friends coming over who are staying over the night, so I think I'm going to be out of commission on Wednesday, unfortunately, this week. So after that, we should be back to normal again. It's a bit chaotic during sort of summer holidays, I'm afraid. So because of visitors and various other bits and pieces. So I think I'll be back next Monday, and then after that, we should be back into fairly normality. So apologies for the disruption over the summer period, but it's kind of big. So yeah, so Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. I don't even know what the game is about, other than I've been given it. So I'll have to make sure it actually works because I've never even tried it. It's basically all it says here is. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. Out of cash, out of luck, out on the fringe. Juno Markev has a killer to tail, a debt to pay, and more trouble headed her way. Oh, it's a lady. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw takes place in a greasy blue-collar world of outlaws, truckers, cops, and thieves. So, and it says the galaxy is vast and uncaring, and the only things you can count on are yourself and your ship. So yeah, so it sounds like I kind of I'll sort of caper, doesn't it? So we'll give it a go and see what it's like. Okay, so Wintermute GB says Rebel Galaxy Outlaw places players in the cockpit of a fighter spacecraft and emphasises dogfight-style combat. Excellent. In contrast to the capital ships of Rebel Galaxy, players have full degree of movement in space as opposed to their ship being confined to a two-dimensional plane of movement in the first game. Outlaw introduces an optional flight assist. Oh, we don't want that. Players can activate on lower difficulties to have their ship automatically track and pursue a selected target. Okay, so we'll give it a whirl. We'll give it a whirl. I'm told that maybe it has a bar. So that's a good news. Something that Elite Dangerous doesn't have. So we'll see. So one more week of inflicted pain and stabbing our eyeballs with Archimedes Elite, and then and we'll muck about with the missions, and then we will move on and go on from there. So anyway, until then, my friends, be good. Look after yourselves. Have a fantastic week ahead. Apologies for not being around on Wednesday, but we will see. We'll see what the future holds. Be good, and hopefully I'll have fixed my NVIDIA thingamajig by then as well. Take care, be good. Look after yourselves, my friends. See you soon. And as always, of course, right on, Retro Commanders. You may now take up the sticks out of your eyeballs and go and have a lie down. Take care, my friends. Be good.